Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to talk about top 10 anime where MC is a legend but no one knows. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you are new, don't forget to subscribe. Now without any further delay, let's begin. Number 10. Kami no 2. There is a tower that summons chosen people called regulars with the promise of granting their deepest desires. Whether it be wealth, fame, authority, or something that surpasses them all, everything awaits those who reach the top. 25th Bam is a boy who had only known a dark cave, a dirty cloth, and an unreachable light his entire life. So when a girl named Rachel came to him through the light, his entire world changed. Becoming close friends with Rachel, he learned various things about the outside world from her. But when Rachel says she must leave him to climb the tower, his world shatters around him. Vowing to follow after her no matter what it takes, he sets his sight on the tower, and a miracle occurs. Thus begins the journey of Bam, a young boy who was not chosen by the tower but opened its gates by himself. They call this kind irregulars, beings that have shaken the very foundation of the tower each time they set foot inside it. Number 9. Ushio Tora. Ushio Aitsuki is a stubborn middle school student and son of an eccentric temple priest who goes about life without care for his father's claims regarding otherworldly monsters known as yokai. However, as he is tending to the temple while his father is away on work, his chores lead him to a shocking discovery. In the basement, he finds a yokai impaled by the fabled spear. The beast in question is Tora, infamous for his destructive power, who tries to coerce Ushio into releasing him from his 500-year seal. Ushio puts no trust in his words and refuses to set him free. But when a sudden yokai outbreak puts his friends and home in danger, he is left with no choice but to rely on Tora, his only insurance being the ancient spear he gets out of hand. Ushio and Tora's meeting is only the beginning of the unlikely duo's journey into the depths of the spiritual realm. Ushio will find out just how real and threatening the world of the supernatural can be.
この学校のルールを説明しておこう。成績の良い者には星が与えられる。
Number 8. Plunderer. Alsha is a world governed by count, numbers engraved on a person's body, representing any number related to their life. These counts determine a person's social status and power in Alsha. If a count reaches 0, the person is sent to the abyss, a place rumored to be worse than death. Hina, a traveler whose count is based on the distance she traveled, witnessed her mother get dragged down into the abyss. Determined to fulfill her mother's last wishes, she sets off on a journey in search of the legendary aces, heroes of the war that happened 300 years ago, bearing a white star next to their count. While wandering around, Hina encounters Licht Bak, a mysterious masked man with negative count, and Nana, the owner of a tavern. In the midst of having a good time, Hina is tricked into a battle with a military soldier. However, despite his negative count, Licht rescues Hina and reveals that he has another count, one with a white star, one of a legendary ace. Number 7. Jubaku Shounen Hanako-kun. The famous 7 wonders that every school seems to have are a staple of Japanese urban legends. One of the most well-known of these tales is that of Hanako-san, the ghost of a young girl who haunts the school's bathrooms. Camo Academy has its own version of Hanako-san's legend. Rumors claim that if one successfully manages to summon Hanako-san, she will grant her summoner any wish. Lured by the gossip, many people have tried to call upon her, yet every attempt has failed. However, when Ninishiro, a girl hoping for romantic fortune, dares to summon Hanako-san, she discovers that the rumored girl is actually a boy. After a series of unfortunate events involving Nin's romantic desires, she is unwillingly entangled in the world of the supernatural, becoming Hanako-kun's assistant. Soon, she finds out about Hanako-kun's lesser-known duty, maintaining the fragile balance between mortals and apparitions. Number 6. Hataraku Mao-sama. Striking fear into the hearts of mortals, the demon lord Satan begins to conquer the land of Isla with his vast demon armies. However, while embarking on this brutal quest to take over the continent, his efforts are foiled by the hero Emilia, forcing Satan to make his swift retreat through a dimensional portal only to land in the human world. Along with his loyal general Alciel, the demon finds himself stranded in modern-day Tokyo and vows to return and complete his subjugation of Ent, that is, if they can find a way back. Powerless in a world without magic, Satan assumes the guise of a human named Sadao Mao and begins working at MG Ronald's, a local fast food restaurant, to make ends meet. He soon realizes that his goal of conquering Isla is just not enough as he grows determined to climb the corporate ladder and become the ruler of Earth, one satisfied customer at a time. Whether it's part-time work or simply trying to pay the rent on time.
Guess I'm in an all-out war with the Kanagi family now. Could be fun.
Number 5. Kei's no stigma. Kazuma Nigami is a user of Fuyujutsu, the ability to control the wind. He returns to his old home, the noble Kanagi household, after being banished 4 years ago for his inability to control fire and his subsequent defeat in a duel at the hands of his younger cousin, Ayano Kanagi. Returning after such a brutal exile already gives rise to many conflicts, but to make matters worse, several Kanagi family members have recently been murdered with Fuyujutsu. This leads the Kanagi family, including the hot-headed Ayano, to suspect Kazuma as the culprit. Now, Kazuma must not only clear his name, but also aid the family he shares a mutual hatred with in order to discover the true identity of the killer.
Hitman is the second oldest profession in the world. People have always been hateful little wieners. Hate leads to killing opportunities.
Number 4. Wulidiki. To the casual eye, the amnesiac bounty hunter Wulidiki looks quite intimidating. With his deadly telekinetic scissor techniques and his ability to seamlessly transform into anything, one would not expect his modest demeanor. In fact, Wu is quite terrible at his job. Oftentimes, the freelancer can be found botching an assassination or targeting the wrong person. While his failures could be due to his subpar skills, it usually boils down to him being a normal kid with a heart unsuited for his line of work. Accompanied by his feathered friend Dai Bo, Wu is on a simple quest to regain his memories. Although his inconspicuous day job as a hairdresser and his after-hours occupation are simply a means for him to repay debt, his various ventures seem to intertwine with his pursuit to recover his lost past. Number 3. Vanitas no Cart. Scorned by others of his kind for being born under a blue moon, the vampire Vanitas grew afraid and desolate. According to legend, he created a cursed grimoire known as the Book of Vanitas, and it is said he would one day use it to bring retribution upon all vampires of the Crimson Moon. In 19th century Paris, no archivist is searching for the fabled Book of Vanitas. Whilst traveling aboard an airship, he is saved from a vampire attack by an eccentric doctor who calls himself Vanitas and carries the very tome he seeks. Ironically, the self-proclaimed vampire specialist is a mere human who inherited both his name and the book from his master, the same Vanitas of legend. As the odd case of the charlatans parade crops up, the doctor's ability to restore sanity to vampires by recovering their true name will prove most beneficial. Number 2. Strike the Blood. Kaju days as an ordinary high school student in the demon district of Itagami Island come to an abrupt end after a fateful encounter leaves him with the remarkable abilities of a vampire. It isn't long before he is thrust into the center of attention when it is discovered that he is the fourth primogenitor, an immensely powerful vampire whom most consider to be merely a legend. Fearing Kaju's destructive potential, the Lion King organization sends in an apprentice sword shaman, Yukina Heimragi, to monitor, and should he become a threat, kill the boy deemed the world's most powerful vampire. Forced together by circumstance, the two form an unlikely alliance as Kaju comes to terms with his abilities and they both struggle to protect the city from various emerging chaotic forces. Number 1. Drifters. At the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600s, Toyovisa is the rear guard for his retreating troops and is critically wounded when he suddenly finds himself in a modern, gleaming white hallway. Faced with only a stoic man named Murasaki and hundreds of doors on both sides, Toyohisa is pulled into the nearest door and into a world completely unlike his own. The strange land is populated by all manner of fantastical creatures, as well as warriors from different eras of Toyohisa's world who were thought to be dead. Quickly befriending the infamous warlord Nobunaga and the ancient archer, Toyovisa learns of the political unrest tearing through the continent. Furthermore, they have been summoned as drifters to fight against the Ents, people who are responsible for the creation of the Ort Empire and are trying to annihilate the drifters. As the Ents grow more powerful, so does the Empire's persecution of elves and other demihumans. That's it for today's video. I hope you like it, and please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe the channel. If you are new, remember to hit the notification button for any more upcoming videos.